Now let's see in practice what color setting looks like, and let's also see what are the tools that can help us manage the colors on our website. I've prepared a simple document right here. Here we can see a basic HTML structure. We have a style tag in our head. I gave some properties to the HTML tag. I set its font family to Arial. I set its font size to 20 pixels. And I referred to the class of color1. And I set its color to red. In the body tag, we can see 4 p tags, each with different color, which is classified as color 1, color 2, 3, and 4. So I set those properties to the HTML tag because I want these p tags in the body tag to inherit these properties from the main HTML element. And you can see this inheritance work because the font size of these paragraphs is 20 pixels and the font is Arial, which you can see, and you will see it even better if I just comment this line with Control/ on our keyboard. And when I save our file right now, you can see the font changed back to Times New Roman. So it definitely works. Let's undo these changes. Now you can see only the first paragraph has the red color because we specified it in our style tag with this CSS rule, which refers to the class of color1. And we can see this class in our HTML code right here in the first paragraph. So that's why our first paragraph has its red font color. Now let's open our DevTools. Let's choose our selecting tool. Let's mark the first paragraph right here. Here we have our styles tab, and we can see the CSS rule with the color red, which is applied to this our first paragraph. But now let's go to the computed tab. Let's scroll down a little bit. And here you can see that color for this element is not specified as red, but it's written as the RGB function. Because every value has to be converted and computed by the browser, and every name value is converted by the browser to some numeric value. For example, RGB function. So let's go back to our styles lab and let's change this value from red to brown, for example. We can see the difference in our browser window. Let's go to the computed tab. Let's go to our color property. And you can see the color property is set as the RGB function, now specified for the brown color. Now let's go back to our styles tab. And here you can hover on this color icon right here and click it to open the color picker. Like this. We can see this tool, and it works in Chrome and other modern browsers. We can choose our color right here from the palette. We can see the effect is visible right away in our browser. Here we can see also the hex number equivalent for this color. And we can also see the contrast ratio right here, which tells us if our font color is visible on the background we have. Now we can see this contrast ratio is not so good in our example because this font color isn't so much visible on this white background color. So we can change it like this. Now we can see our contrast ratio is better, but not perfect. And below this line right here, which we can see right here, we will get the perfect contrast ratio, which will definitely make our font color visible on our website. So this tool might come in handy. Now I want to show you something else. Let's copy this hex number for this color. Let's close this tool. Oh, I didn't need to copy it because in our styles lab, now we have this color written as the hex number. But if we go to compute it once again, we will see that our font color is still converted to the RGB function. So no matter how we specify our color, the browser has to convert it and compute it to the numeric value, which in the case of color will always be the RGB function. Let's go back to our Styles tab once again. Let's open our color tool. And let's give some transparency to our color, adding some alpha channel value. Like this. We can see now our font color is a little bit transparent, which has the effect in our contrast ratio. But let's go to our Computed tab and see how our color is specified right now. And as you can see, since we added the transparency, which is the alpha channel, which is the fourth value in our RGBA function, now our RGB function is replaced by the browser to the RGBA function. Let's go back to our Styles tab once again. Let's open our color picker. And here we can change the color format. When we click it, we get the RGBA function as well as the HSLA, which we will not discuss in this course, simply because we don't need it. It's just a different way of the color notation than the RGB function and the hexadecimal system. Also, HSLA system is more useful for the graphic designer and not a developer. But let's go back to our project. And you can see that even now when we have in our Styles tab color written as the HSL function, in our Computed tab, it will always be RGB or the RGBA function. Let's go back to our Styles tab once again. Let's open our color picker once again. And I just wanted to show you that we can choose different color formats dependent what is more useful for us. We will be focusing on the hex numbers and RGBA functions, leaving the HSLA format because we actually don't need it. Let's close this tool. Let's go to our Visual Studio Code and let's set the background color for our HTML element. Let's make it black, for example. Let's save our file. Now, as you can see, the background color property refers to the color of our background on our website, as its name suggests. You can see it clearly in our browser when only the first paragraph is now visible, because the rest of the paragraphs is just a black text on a black background. Now we can go to our Styles tab, go to our color picker once again, and we can check the contrast ratio if our font color is visible on this background. As we can see, it's okay, but as we can see on this diagram and right here, it's not perfect. So we can change the color to make it more visible. You can see the contrast ratio is changing. Now our color is less visible on that bottom level below the bottom line. If we go to this area between those lines, we will get the contrast ratio, which is okay, but not perfect. And if we go above these two lines right here, we will see that our contrast ratio is the best we can get. So keep that in mind, because this tool can really be helpful when it comes to setting the colors on our website. What we also have in this tool is this color picker icon. We can click it and we can hover on any color on our website we would like to copy to our clipboard. Let it be, for example, this black one. And if we click it, we will get it in our color tool in the browser, which might be very useful as well if we see some interesting color on a website and want to see how it's written, or we would like to use it on our website somehow. But let's make our font more visible for now. For example, like this. Let's go to our HTML tag now in our DevTools. Let's click it. And we have this background color property. Let's click it as well. to open our color tool. And here we can see we can change the color of the background as well as the color of the font. So let's give it some red color, for example, or some pinkish color. And now we can see that our first paragraph is barely visible in our browser. So let's check it out. Let's select our selecting tool. Let's select our first paragraph and let's change its color to the black color. You can see now the color is black, which makes it perfectly visible on that background. You can see in hex number, this color is all zeros. In the RGB function, it's the same. We have 3 zeros. The alpha channel is set to 1, so there's no transparency. And we can see it in the computed tab that this color is set as the RGB function with the values for all colors set to 0. Now let's go to our styles tab once again. Let's open our color tool and let's make our font color transparent, just like this. If we set the alpha channel to 0, our color will be fully transparent, which makes it invisible. But let's set the transparency to the 50%, for example, like this. 50% or 0.5 is the same value. And I wanted to show you this because I want you to know how the transparency works. If you would look at this color in a browser right now, you may see this color as dark pink or brown or something, but it's not actually true. This color is still black, but it's halfway transparent, so we can see some of the background color in this font color. You can see it right here. It's still black. We have all zeros in the RGB function. We can see it in our styles tab and in our computed tab. In fact, this color will be computed by the browser as a mix of a black color and this pink color of the background, but it will be converted by the browser automatically without our engagement. In the computed tab and the styles tab, this color is still black with the 50% of transparency. Now I would like to show you some color schemes that we can apply to our website. The graphic designer could tell you a lot more about it, but I won't get too focused on it. All I can tell you is when you Google the Adobe color phrase, the first search result will be this website. And here you can check many color schemes that fits to each other. You have this color wheel right here. You can take any color, drag it whatever you want. And you can see the other colors sets to it to make your website look good and readable. You have these colors right here. You can copy them. You can see these are all the hex numbers. It's useful, for example, when our client says he wants one color to be exactly like this, and the rest can be whatever you want. So you place this color, and the rest of the colors will be generated automatically, giving you the color scheme that might look cool on your website. Here you can choose many patterns, for example, monochromatic, where you can see those colors are being chosen from the same color family. We have a triad, which looks more or less like this. We can change it, play with it, save some color schemes we want. We can choose the color mode right here, where RGB is probably the best for us as a web developers. As I said, all the colors are specified in hex number, so you can easily copy them and place them on your website. You can also go from create mode, which is default on this website, to the explore mode, like this, and check some color schemes saved by the users. You can check them, get inspired by them. If you'll find something that catches your eye, you can click it, check those colors. You can easily copy them and use it in your own projects. I also wanted to show you the awards website. It is a website where the most interesting website designs are awarded. The websites that you will see here are most often created by the professional teams for very good money. So don't break down about it, but rather it should motivate you in your further work. You should look here from time to time to get inspired and see some interesting solutions that later might be used in a similar form on your websites. So as you can see, you can enter this website, you can browse and explore many cool designs, click on them, check them if you want, and as I said, get inspired. The last thing I wanted to show you in this video is the Chrome browser extension ColorZilla, which is very nice color picker. And here's what it is and how it works. Just type ColorZilla in the Google Chrome's extensions, or just Google ColorZilla Chrome. And when you install it, you will get this icon right here. And when you click it, you'll get this tooltip. Now all you need to do is to click this page color picker active, and we can choose any color on our website, which will be displayed at the top of our website in the RGB function and the hex number, as we can see. Now if we like some color, all we need to do is click it and it will be automatically copied to our clipboard, just like this, as you can see. Then we can just place it in our code editor and use it on our website, just like this. Let's go to our HTML tag. Let's set it to the background color. Let's delete this black color and paste the color copied by the ColorZilla from that previous website. Let's save our file. Let's open it once again with the live server. And there we go. This is the color that we copied from the previous website and placed in our project. That will be it for this video. And now let's go back to the theory.